trying to get all professional and all that kind of jazz. Welcome to today's, of course, Fantastic Friday, and hopefully we are all doing fantastic. So it's Fantastic Friday, and we are live. And if you don't know, I am the Tanya D. I'm a cosmic guide, a reflector by design, and today we are stepping into the powerful energy of the new moon, a sacred moment to really plant intentions, our seeds, and align with our subtle bodies, and really invite in transformation. Sorry, my eye was watering, having a moment. Today we're going to explore the moon's current currents. Say that 5 times. The moon's current currents, the currency of the moon. Dive into the magic of intention, a few deets about the Libra new moon meditation, and tune in actually to last week's show for the vital elemental insights, along with the new moon meditation on YouTube. Of course, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified over there. It's complete with a guided ritual to really amplify clarity, balance, of course, Libra harmony. And we can't forget manifestation. If you want to manifest a relationship, you must become whatever it is in the relationship, your part in that role. And yeah, my eye is having a moment. Might be allergies, probably. Not sure. And of course, the magic does not stop there. If you don't know, I am stoked. I'm actually thrilled, beyond excited, to announce the upcoming Quantum Leap workshop. This is going to be a live journey into subtle energetic fields, of course, expanded consciousness, activating your own personal algorithm for next level alignment in magnetically manifesting whatever it is, and working through the 4D and the 5D. So really get ready, open up your heart, take a deep breath in, and really let's step magically into this new moon together. But before we do that, the moon is currently in the currents of Virgo. Let me just swap this up right here. There we go. The currents of Virgo, and I love this for Virgo, actually, this image. I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting into my groove there. So where are my Virgo natal moons? You have the healer's moon, the moon of cleanliness, being next to godliness. And you see the world, or feel the world, I should say, through your body and reality for what is real. You really do feel it inside your body. Your body is your barometer. Your field is your body. So if your body is feeling off, then the environment is off. I'm going to share a little mini moon forecast for the natal moons in Virgo. And of course, when I do return, the elemental insights for the ingress of the sun into Scorpio. Already did the new moon last week, so you could gather items for ritual, by the way, to really magnetize and energetically climb into that container. So I'm trying to get ahead of the current instead of behind the current, because I know sometimes gathering supplies takes a little longer. So a short clip, a mini clip of the moon forecast for the natal moons in Virgo. And then, of course, right here. And it looks like I might have lost contact. Sending data. Well, we'll just hope it's there, and I'll keep on streaming. But it's time to refine and soften into the Virgo moon, right? That's what Virgo does during Libra season, where earthy precision meets airy grace. So if your natal moon is in Virgo during Libra season, your Virgo moon seeks emotional grounding through service, order, practical care. You feel safe when life makes sense, and when your routines bring clarity and purpose. So during Libra season, your moon is invited to look beyond the details into the beauty of balance, not just fixing, but flourishing. And the energy of Libra adds an airy elegance to your earthy devotion, encouraging you to blend service with sweetness, discipline with delight. So this season reminds you that perfection is not the goal. Harmony is. So you may feel a stronger awareness of imbalance in your routines, work, and relationships. There could be an urge to refine habits, schedules, communication patterns, in order to restore peace, inner peace or outer, and emotional restlessness if things feel messy or unrefined or defined, defining and refining, yet a call to soften into the imperfection. An inspiration to bring more beauty into your healing or service practices, and really to work with this energy, incorporate rituals of balance. Alternate structured days with soft, flowing self-care, and refresh your environment with Libra's aesthetics, flowers, art, music to support Virgo's need for clarity. And a journal prompt if your natal moon is in Virgo: where am I over fixing on flaws? How can I bring more harmony instead of control? Practice compassion in relationships. And notice when your inner critic turns outward, and replace critique with curiosity. And of course, Libra season moon medicine for Virgo moons. I refine my life with grace. I release perfection and embrace harmony as my path of service. And we have returned. Again, if you're curious about your natal moon, shuffling the cards. Oh, wow. And the moon in Virgo, we got the singer of healing. So that's, whoopsie, that's very poignant. I like that. Loving and trusting. Oh, but back to your natal moon. You can check out the seasons of the sun, your moon through the seasons of the sun on YouTube. I do moon forecasts for the natal moons in the season. You can subscribe on YouTube for lunar guidance through these seasons. But this is to all kind of how it unfolds. That's kind of what happens for me there. A lot of moon meditations, full and new moon, and always rituals, I will say. You can subscribe to the Coven, my monthly workshops. Again, more rituals. But today's elemental chart, this is for when the sun ingresses into Scorpio. This one's pretty yummy, is what I want to say. The Sacred Spirit Circle meditation will also be up soon for the season of Scorpio. But if you're curious about the new moon in Libra, the elemental activations, be sure to tune into last week's show, either here on Tanya D, Facebook, or YouTube. Again, Tanya D, all things Tanya D. So as the sun ingresses into Scorpio, I want to break down the 4 pillars for the moment in this cosmic time. So you can see our day. It's a young wood rat of a day, the big young wood, a tree. The month, young fire dog. The year, of course, yin wood snake. And the hour, more yin wood, right? Yin wood pig at the hour. So it always goes back to the day master, which in this case is young wood. This is the root essence of the day, the energy of this particular ingress. It's a sturdy tree. It always reminds me of the tree of life, the Celtic tree. It's a sturdy tree. It just represents the uprightness, growth, integrity. And as an energy, young wood thrives when it's rooted deeply and guided by clear direction. So under this particular chart's conditions, it's being warmed by fire, fed by abundant wood, creating both the potential for creativity and emotional overgrowth. So I would say as a key theme for the season of Scorpio, for that season, the month, or the 30 days, I should say, the degrees, there's growth through emotional honesty and grounded truth. And then when I look at the month pillar, the young fire dog, being Zhu, the dog month adds a stabilizing yet fiery influence. The earth is warm, actually, with all that fire energy. It's loyal, it's protective, it's deeply spiritual as well. And yang fire, the being and the ding, ding is small fire, but yang fire, the being. This represents vision, warmth, illumination. While the dog, the element below, the Zhu, it brings earth energy that really tempers impulsiveness. So this combination fuels both transformation and truth. There's this fiery portal where light meets the shadow as the sun enters Scorpio. So this dog month is literally a sacred bonfire where our passions and our fears meet. not in a combustion kind of way, but the flames are going to reveal what we're truly devoted to, heartfelt. And the year pillar, I've said this all year, but this one's going to feels a little different. The Yinwood snake, this is the overarching frequency of 2025. It's still pulsing through. The Yinwood is growing around the wisdom of the snake. That's kind of how I see it. The snake is like swirling, coiling up. I would say green Kundalini rising. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But this combination is sensual, it's strategic, visionary. And the snake hides ancient knowing. And the Yinwood, the vines, that's why Yinwood, it's a coiling vine. That's kind of probably why I thought of green Kundalini or heartfelt Kundalini. But Yinwood vines are coiling around it delicately. So it's intuition made visible. I like that, right? Intuition made visible. So it's the mystical, the methodical kind of blending together. So in short, it's spiritual intelligence is actually the key. It's the gate master. So this year continues to test how gracefully we evolve. That's kind of been the magnitude of this whole year. Now enter into the year pillar, the Yinwood pig. Again, rooted, Yangwood there in the pig. So the hour pillar, it's the hidden voice. This reveals the undercurrent, which is both emotion and sensitivity. And Yinwood again appears here. However, this time it's resting in the pig's watery emotional foundation. So this suggests there's hidden compassion, dream work, deep intuitive wisdom, surfacing through the subconscious realms. It's like the mystic's whisper beneath the noise. So there's this whispering choreography happening. And the pig hour, this brings the dream realm alive. So it's imagination, empathy, ancestral memoirs, the memoirs of our ancestors, really guiding our intuition or navigating it. So the balance here, we have wood, which is very abundant. Wood is all about vision, growth, creativity, healing, even innovation. Fire being present, this is illumination, it's courage, and it's also purpose. Where the earth is a stabilizer. It's grounding, and we're getting structure as well from the dog. Metal, which is hidden. We only have one little dash. No, we got two. But metal is hidden in the dog's tomb. So structure is really ready to awaken. And water's flowing gently through both the rat and the pig, the northern direction and the northwestern direction. So it's very balanced, actually. So my interpretation, all in all, this chart forms a wood-fire axis, which is vision and transformation with some supportive earth. So energetically, it's ideal for manifesting, whether it's a creative idea, something into taking a grounded form, something taking shape, especially those creative ideas or ventures that are tied to your spiritual or your emotional path or a combination. So it's really in alignment with the Scorpio sun as the sun moves into Scorpio. So this combination of these elementals is mirroring the alchemy of transformation. So fire illuminating the depths of water, the wood is growing from the ashes, and Scorpio's emotional excavation. It's like getting deep and excavating. I started watching a Netflix show. It's kind of what this energy is actually reminding me of. But all of this pairs magically. It's beautiful, especially with the wood snake year, the hidden wisdom within the year. And the month, the fire dog having both loyalty, moving loyalty to purpose, gift and purpose, right? So we're crossing the threshold. And the Scorpio sun is asking for both depth and truth, while the Yangwood rat, the day energy, is reminding us to act with both integrity but also curiosity, like childlike wonder. So this is growth from the roots up. and it's grounded, mystical, and unapologetically alive. This is like being authentic. So as a reflective, mirrored kind of theme, it's the mystic tree. That's kind of what I was thinking of, like the Celtic knot, but it's rooted in truth, and it's reaching for the light, a symbol of balance between both grounding and our expression. So fire is an element of transformation, and the dog's flame is purifying those intentions. And the snake's wisdom, which is the ancient healing self-awareness kind of sensual power. That's where I got the green kundalini thing diving in. But the pig's compassion, water, feeling deeply what others only sense. And if you're new here, I like to break down the pillars to the day master, because that is the core energy. I do these charts when I do private sessions along with your divinations to really choreograph it all together and really create your own personal ritual based on your elemental design and what shows up in the shells. But our core energy for when the sun ingresses into Scorpio, it's a yang wood rat day. So there's this ritual I've created called the elemental activation that's in the coven for my subscribers. But yang wood, again, that's that upright tree. It's reaching towards the heavens, the heavenly universe. So this is the anchor or spirit of our day. Everything else in the chart always relates back to this yang wood day master. So I want to look at how each pillar interacts with that one energy. We're going to start with the year and move in towards our day. So the year, Yenwood snake, that's considered our resource star, is what it's called, for our particular day's energy. In relation to the yin wood, to the yang wood, this is actually an indirect resource. So what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Thought you'd never ask. So this year is supporting our inner wisdom, our intuition, and spiritual depth. This whole year's kind of had that energy. But the snake is adding the mysticism, the hidden potentials. So on this day, when the sun ingresses into Scorpio, there's a call, maybe even a whisper, to listen to what is not being said. So for our core energy, the yang wood, the day master, this energy deepens the insight. It's supportive for spiritual study, intuitive work, ancestral healing, very Scorpio kind of energy. So the wisdom we need it's already within the snake, and the snake is actually going to help us reveal it at the same time. Where the month, because that's the next energy moving towards our day, the yang fire dog, that's our output star. It's like what we do. It's our performance. It's how we perform. In this case, the fire, right? So in relation, fire born from wood, that's the output energy. So our day master, yang wood, which is my day master, I'm kind of excited about this day because it does affect us, right? But the fire is getting birthed or born from the energy of our day master. So what does that mean? So that means, especially if you have a wood day master like myself, yin or yang, doesn't really matter, expression, creativity, innovation, ideas, visibility. So for this core energy, the fire dog month is activating our ability to lead, to utilize our voice, pushing us to shine our magnetic truth, our authenticity. So this truly is a season of transformation through expression, like expressing your brilliance, your light, shine your gift, radiate your purpose, and do so without fear. And the influence of Scorpio is just adding depth, but also sacred authenticity to our words. It's always wise for manifestation to make sure you've created sacred space. That's how we can manifest, because nothing gets in to steal our light, basically. And the day pillar, because we want to talk about that in relation to itself, the yang wood rat. So that's our self element. So this is our essence, which is resilient, it's principled, it's loyal. Rats always remind me of Templeton in Charlotte's Web, just saying, just like snakes or Jungle Book Mowgli. The pig, even Charlotte's Web, I just noticed that. But either way, back to my show. The rat's water is nourishing our energy of our day, the wood. So it's nourishing the ideas, the creativity, the emotional intelligence. They're all thriving. And the yang fires like the sun shining light. So this is important because yang wood of all the day masters needs all of the elementals for balance. It's the only one. So for our day master, this is supportive, but it also makes us emotionally more sensitive. So it's a reminder to really stay rooted, to stay grounded, not to overextend our roots in every direction, like to hone in and focus and let growth flow where it's most aligned. And that brings me to the hour. The yin wood, again, yin wood, pig this time. This is a companion star. So yin wood to yang wood is a pure relationship. So same elementals are kind of in a different relationship. I almost said entanglement, which it can be either way. But this is a pure relationship. So the pig brings water and intuitive connection or insight. So this is a soul ally frequency. It's collaboration. It's collaborating in empathy. It's co-creation. So for the energy of the day master, the hour is encouraging those alliances, community support. So it's about knowing that your energy doesn't grow in isolation. It's about partnership. Partnership's going to amplify our purpose. So it's ideal for coven kind of energy, spiritual circles. So wood as an element represents the self in this case. So its role is growth. It's the energy, it's abundant. So we're being supported to expand and choose our direction with clarity, the water, and peace, I'll say, inner peace. So fire is our output expression, and it's very strong too. It's being fed, so the vital energy is there. So this is about sharing our voice, our charisma, and lead through creativity. And the earth in this case represents wealth. So this is about grounding our wealth on this particular day because the dog is the element of the undercurrent on this day. But the energy, it's moderate and manifesting through patience and structure. So it's that kind of frequency. Now metal, which we've got limited quantities, they are hidden in storage even. But metal is power to a wood day master. So the role of metal is discipline. The energy is hidden. It's also authority. So the authority figures, we'll say, emerges when our emotions are stable. So this sounds literally like a coven call to me. It's like using your voice. Metal is also part of the voice related to Venus. But water is a resource to our day master. In this case, water to wood represents wisdom, and it is flowing. So I would say know that your intuition is going to be your compass. It's calling us to really listen within, listen to your own spirit voice, your higher self. And our chart on this day is flowing from wood to fire to earth. Wood to fire to earth. Water is there. It's the undercurrent. So there's this natural productive cycle. So this is definitely a very creative manifestation energy, whatever it is you want to bring into your fortress. Spirit is rooting into matter. So I really like this. It's perfect for the Scorpio sun moving in, or the sun moving into Scorpio at the master Scorpio degree 0. So this is where depth meets direction. So I will have an elemental activation ritual. It's going to be posted in the coven. The new moon rituals and activations are already live. If you've subscribed, they're in there. They'll be coming more soon, either online or in my monthly workshops. That's kind of where I put those. and private rituals and meditations. The Quantum Leap series, I'm super stoked about. We have a ritual map for that. So just knowing that this energy is anchored, we're going to dive into the Mini-Cowry shell divinations. And this is a part of my show where I do mini divinations to see what personal messages the spirit world, your ancestors, hopefully well and healed, your spirit allies. I tune into them, move the shells on your behalf, and see what comes through. Sometimes people are really excited and activated, and sometimes you're kind of shy. But either way, this is part of the corridor when I work on one-on-one. I like to call in, see where your elementals are, see where you're moving, to bring basically balance and alignment to your gift and purpose. So a quick break, and sometimes I don't know what my commercials are, and we're at the 333, so the magical angel numbers, can't make that up. Okay, a little break, and I'll be right back with some incense flowing. Are you ready to tap into the cosmic currents and amplify your manifesting power? Join our monthly coven, a sacred space to elevate your desires through the wisdom of the stars. We've journeyed through the age of AI, balancing intuition and technology. We've unlocked the magnetic pole of your natal moon sign. And now, delve into mind plus emotions for manifesting mastery, harnessing the power of your natal Mercury. Each month brings a new celestial focus, a new pathway to your dreams. Visit TanyaD.tv workshops to learn more and join the monthly coven. Your manifesting journey awaits. And we are back. Got my little incense going. Again, if you would like me to move the shells on your behalf, comment the year of birth and your month, and I'll tune in and see what comes through, what shadows through, I guess, is what I want to say. And if you haven't joined my workshop, so you know, Joe Dispenza, emotions, that's our moon sign. It's highly important and effective to get in relationship with your moon sign, especially as it moves through the seasons, because different phases of the moon actually affect us, like water, currency, getting in the flow, your natal Jupiter, what you believe, and our thoughts, Mercury. So when emotions or thoughts and feelings merge, it creates a link, like a chain link fence, and that creates a belief, which is hard to release the chain link, is what I want to say there. So those workshops are phenomenal. And then the quantum leap, the quantum manifestation leap. So that's really about working through dimensions, timelines, so you can become what you be is what comes in alignment. So if your manifestations aren't in alignment, it's because you need a frequency shift. It's like shifting gears in a car. And you'll often find sometimes you have to let go of things to move into new categories, is what I want to say. So again, if you're new here, comment your month and year in the show notes there, the comments, and I will move the shells on your behalf. But yeah, the moon. Our moon rules our emotional field and our sacral center. So it's vitally important to get in tune with your emotions. Go to the depths of them, in my case, I'll say. And this is Luana, the frog queen. She's sitting on her frog perch. So what do frogs do, you know? They shed skin. They're kind of like, I kind of see this as the butterfly of the earth energies. So it's like, yeah, protecting a belief. That's hilarious. Sometimes I don't want to talk when I move the cards, but there is that. So cleansing space, creating sacred space, pulling some cards, see what the universe has to say. Again, being mindful. Mercury, be mindful of your thoughts and your beliefs. That's hilarious. And create sacred space. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is going to get really funny if I pull a card with a 2 in it. Just saying. Well, hello there. Just remember, comment your year and month of birth if you want me to move the shells on your behalf. Let's see what I got here. Oh, we got the wise man, the oak man. Kind of goes back to the energy of the young wood. That's like everything moves in divine timing, cycles, seasons, patterns. Give time and space to that. So I like that. Be mindful of your thoughts. That's what this little guy is. It's a singer. Singers come in from a higher octave. Sometimes their sound's so hard to create, or it's too much for our human ears, basically. It's too otherworldly. So I like that. Okay. Again, if you want me to move. Oh, there you are, Todd. I see you. Okay, 12-12-74. You little Sagittarius, you. Okay, so the 4 in the Dagara cosmology, people born in years ending 4, are part of the mineral clan, which is metal. It's also the Western direction. It's conversation, community, storytelling. You need to use your voice. It's like the keeper of the ballads, like telling the stories. They're always great storytellers, community, family, energetic hiccups in your family lineage, possibly. That can happen there. That's kind of the voice. It's also the bad side of a mineral person is lies and gossip, deceit, not speaking or acting on your spiritual truths, connected to your throat center, your third eye, and also your solar plexus, air and minerals. So there is that as well. So if there's nothing tuning in, you want me to just move the shells and see what comes in, let me know. I'll wait to see if you comment. And if I don't see anything, I'll just move them. Okay. So I affirm my spirit for the magical being I am and always have been. I affirm your spirit for the magical being you have always been, the star that you are. I affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, our ancestors, both well and healed. The being seen and unseen, the great spirit, the oneness, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe. So blessings. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. You, my friend, I got to find you here on my little scroll here. So we need to, I think you need to have a conversation with the world of spirit, like a spirit, a Todd to higher self spirit conversation. That's coming through right here. Like how you identify, we need to get into the flow of that. Like get the energy moving. It's like, where do I belong? But then there's like this mountain, the mountain spirit, the dog energy, because we're in there, is blocking the flow of the water that's keeping you from really getting in alignment with your community. I don't know. Are you going through like I don't want to say a friend revival, but like the village is getting cleansed. Like maybe you're going through some, like letting go of some friends that are no longer in alignment so you can move into your own alignment and getting on your own, I don't want to say platform, but like speaking like to the people that you can help transform by using your words. It's going to bring you some peace once you do that, but it's like something's blocking your way to get you to your path. But there is definitely healing going on for you within. It kind of goes back to today's story. So I do like that. This is your brilliance. It's the star that you are. So it's like you're going through a ritual cleanse of like how you identify, how you see yourself. Like what is the light you're bringing to the world? So that's what that feels like to me. Plus I'm tuning into my quantum leaping manifestation. So that's like tells me that literally connect with your higher self, your Sira, what you look like on the other side. A spirit to spirit conversation with your like soul to spirit, even source. You could bring it all in. I would sit by water to help you get into the flow, especially because you're from the mineral clan. So that to me is like for you to get into the flow of your frequency and your creativity and get moving. So you can use your voice and communicate to the people that you need to be in front of. It's the yin to the yang, which is happening there. The only forces of adversity I see is possibly that you're not listening to spirit. So you do need to open that door. Maybe I would create like a sacred practice, something that you do morning and night, maybe random during the day, to get the momentum moving. You do need to work on boundaries, which everyone does, to be honest. So definitely create sacred space. Journaling is great. Be more devoted to what your heart wants, not the heart of others. That always gets in the way, just saying. So yeah, and I think like your gift, your purpose is literally your medicine. The magic is you using your voice. So I would say you might have to do something radically different to bring your brilliance, your star, because I say we're all stars on the Spiritual Walk of Fame. Bring your brilliance out into the forefront, out into the world. So I hope that was helpful for you. And you're going through a shedding, which that's the snake years, the shedding, releasing what no longer fits. So I think you're going to go through an identity shift with your voice. You're welcome. Ashe, blessings as always. So that is awesome. So, and you have like, this is going to bring you more laughter, joy to your poetry and joy. If you're not in a relationship, there's something happening there, I will say. I didn't dive into that further, but either way, use your voice, speak your spiritual truths, be authentic. That's kind of like your brilliance, your gift you brought to the world, which is kind of what I'm more about. Anyways, okay. If anybody else wants me to move the shells on their behalf, do what Todd did. Just comment your month and year of birth, and I will tune into it and see what comes through. And if you don't know, I go live every Friday, usually around 3 p.m., sometimes 5, depending on what's happening in my village. I do live Mini-Cowry show divinations. I talk about the elemental insights, usually around the moon. As a reflector in human design, I'm a human mirror. So I reflect back to people the star that I believe you all are. So that's kind of what that's about. I do talk about the moon, usually at the beginning of my show, and then I do a moon forecast. So there is that as well. So if I don't have anybody else that wants me to move the shells on their behalf, some days we get a few, sometimes we get less. The curiosity, right? Curiosity. Super stoked about this, right? So usually, just preparing to move the shells. I like to tune in. I do burn incense. I have like 5 different flavors here that I'm running out of. Always, frankincense is always a good one. That's one of my faves. So this is literally why I call in the shells in the spirit world. This is where our personal energy meets ancestral or spirit. It reveals messages, shifts, energetic hiccups, just the forces at play, the elementals. I do prescribe rituals usually as medicine prescriptions. During my private sessions, that's what I do there. And I like to bring in your own personal elemental chart and show you your elemental choreography, giving you like your own, it's almost like your own recipe. I generally don't dive into rituals as much during my show. But if you are having something on the tip of your tongue, just remember to comment your year and month of birth, and then I will move or dive into the shells for you. So just take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Centering, releasing. And there is that. And invoking, seeing what the universe is whispering to myself on this magical day. If we don't have anybody else that wants me to move the shells on their behalf. This is where the audience participation does come in. So there is that. Audience participation. That is a thing. So we'll wait a few minutes here. We're almost to the hour. I usually run my shows for an hour, by the way. So if I don't get anybody, I will say that maybe that's a wrap. Be sure to tune into my Musing Moon meditation for Libra on YouTube. Anchoring in your intentions, tap into those flowing currents of the moon. Do remember that you can subscribe to the Coven. I do ongoing rituals, random rituals, I should say. Lunar Insights always, meditations as well. And if you feel the call, schedule a private Cowry Shell one-on-one session to really align with your own personal algorithm, activating your next level energy, whether it's health, wealth, relationships. You as well, Todd. Thanks for being here. As always, I think wealth and manifestation could be in relationships, career, all of it. There's abundance everywhere. We get programmed to focus in on just one thing. I do like that. Like if you were to, we all do we shift our identities all the time as well. I'm going through my own identity shift. So there is that. I bring that up because don't forget the Quantum Leap series. That'll be waiting soon for those ready to explore the subtle fields, expanding your consciousness. That's where ritual comes in, and really taking intentional leaps, jumping, if you will, jumping into your highest timeline. So with that, I'll see you next Friday for more Lunar Waves, Elemental Insights, Sacred Activations. And my motto is, in case you don't know, changing lives, igniting passions on the information highway, which is the information highway downloads, while awakening the spirit. And just know we do live in a world where people throw shade. And if the world can throw shade to dim your light for no reason, then I can radiate brilliance for no reason. I am Tanya D, your human mirror. And may your shadows become light and your triggers become a glimmer. Turn those triggers into glimmers. It really is a time to radiate our brilliance out into the world and be the light, the star that you are. And my hope or wish is that I can meet you in that light in between those worlds. I'll see you on the other side as the veils begin to thin during Scorpio season, the magic and the medicine. I'm super stoked. I believe that Scorpio's almost kind of like the new year with some other elementals. I won't go down that rabbit hole. Either way, okay, blessings. I'll see you next week. And you too have a fantastic weekend. Do what you do, and I'll see you on the other side or between the veils. Ashe.